is bright and early, and it's time to hit the road. That's what's going on today on Farmertylerranch. It's several days later now. We're here in Utah, and I happen to be in the elevator with
Kay, Jordan from Portage View Farm. Hey guys.
I thought I was in Germany on the Autobahn or something like that.
Today I'm with a group of other YouTubers, and we are getting driven around by Redmond in Utah. We're gonna check out their farm store this morning, and then later on today we're gonna go to the mine, and I'm not sure what all else they have planned for us, but it should be fun. So let's go check it out. Hey, there's no filming in here.
I need this travel size.
Introduce yourself and tell me what channel you use.
I'm Sydney, my wife is Tori. We are the Naked Gardeners out of Northeast Texas.
So they'll have pepper seasons. They have pepper in them.
You guys look familiar. You want to introduce yourselves?
Hey guys, I'm Kevin and this is Rachel.
Hey guys.
We have a YouTube channel, Hidden Heights Farm. We're from Northeast Oklahoma. And we're out here in Utah touring the Redmond mine and meeting all these other awesome influencers and creators.
We're in the Redmond store right now and it is phenomenal.
Yes.
That's got to be the most thorough selection of jerky I've ever seen.
So we do make our own bone broth, and we do it 72 hours where we simmer the bones, and then we cool it off, and then we package it into the containers, and we sell it frozen.
Oh, and I bet yours tastes really good.
You know what? It's
I'm sure.
so delicious.
Yeah, because normally bone broths that you buy are terrible.
No, this is
Yeah, I
delicious.
bet it's great.
And then we use the bone broth in a lot
Your
of different soups that we sell. It's the base. Oh yes, and we do have our Redmond pork right here from our farms.
No duck.
No duck.
All right, we got our breakfast, and now we're heading out. We just showed up here at Redmond headquarters, and I believe we're gonna go inside and check out how they make all this stuff.
Waiting on my husband.
So are these broken bags you're grabbing here?
Yeah, grabbing stuff.
Now I'm just filming the other people filming. I'm standing here with Carson. I was just asking him about whether or not we're actually at the mine, but Carson, tell me about that.
So we're not actually at the mine right now. The mine's just a little ways up the road. Right now we're in the warehouse. So what we'll do is we'll take it up in 70-ton dump trucks, dump it off in a conveyor belt, and then it'll be milled and crushed to different sizes, then mixed with different minerals, and then they'll bag it in this system here.
So this is like the last step before it gets on a truck and heads out to a retailer somewhere, pretty much.
Like right here, they're loading the truck.
Oh, cool.
So you can kind of see.
Okay, we better get on the van before we get left behind. So how often do you have to replace like the scales or any of the sort of metal structure around here?
It depends on, you know, a lot of things, but it's typically, I think, like a 5-year lifetime.
Wow.
I can take the first group down in the mine if you want, or everybody can eat, however you guys want to do it. Is there anybody that's not quite hungry and wants to go underground first?
Yeah. We're now loaded up on the tour bus for Redmond Mines, and we're gonna actually drive this bus underground into the mine. Carson just told me that there's over 18 miles of tunnel underground. I don't think we're gonna drive through all of that, but we're at least gonna get a good look.
Everything is now salt. Yeah, we're in the bowels of the earth. This salt is Jurassic age. It was here when the dinosaurs were roaming.
So we've been driving down through the mine here for a few minutes, and I think we're about 200 feet underground right now. Is that what he said? So how deep are we gonna go? We're down at 800 feet now in the mine. We're gonna get out of the bus and check it out. You gonna lick the wall?
Yeah.
All right, Sydney's gonna lick the wall.
Lick the wall?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold on, we all want to film it.
Ready?
Yeah. Don't give it a cat lick, give it a cow lick. There you go.
There you go.
Like, yeah, it's salty.
Salty. You gonna try it? I'm gonna try it.
You want me to record it for you?
Wait, where did you lick it? Right there? Okay, I'm just gonna go down here. Alright, that looks like a good spot.
It kind of tastes sweet, don't it?
Salty. Up here in the ceiling of the mine, they have a ventilation hole, and the way that they make these holes is they drill a hole that's 1 inch in diameter all the way down to the level that we're at. Like I said, we're at 800 feet underground right now. And then they'll use fresh water and sort of erode that hole out until it's as big as what you see now. How big around do you think that hole is? This entire, everything you see behind me is salt. And they'll bring those big trucks that you saw rolling out of here when we were on our way down. That's what they use to haul this stuff out of here. This wall that we're at right now is food grade salt, and you can see the way that they sort of mine it off of the side is a little bit different.
That's the chefs from all over the world try to find salt with a high manganese content.
Essentially, they take like a little drum. It's almost like a rototiller. I was gonna say a small one, but actually quite large. And it just sort of spins and grinds into the side of this mountain, and that's how they get it.
Yeah, so the darker stuff in the salt is going to be minerals.
Okay.
So where you see it's not completely white, it's mineral.
Be manganese and zinc. Your reds are your irons and iodines. But the black pieces, it looks really black, but if you ground that up, it's not near as black as it really looks. We couldn't like make a black salt. It just looks, because that black just really shines through. But the black tends to be a little sweeter because that manganese has a sweeter flavor.
They told us that we could take a piece, so I've got my souvenir right here. So we're taking a stop here to look down an escape shaft in case there would happen to be a cave-in the mine. They have to have these escape shafts so that people could escape.
We had a kid down here, his dad was holding him. He was looking over, looked down, and his heart had just...
Oh man, my heart would have just dropped.
How tall did you say it is, or how far down?
So it's roughly probably around 140 feet. So they'll pump water out of the Great Salt Lake into ponds and then let it dry, and it gives you this. So you saw how we make our food grade salts, ground off the wall, put in a bottle. Would anybody go drink the Great Salt Lake water out of the Great Salt Lake? All they're doing is evaporating it like this. They come in with a loader and scrape this up. They bleach it, they kiln dry it, and they actually add an anti-caking agent, which we put in our road salt, but not in our food grade. So if anybody wanted to go for a swim, you would float. You could just probably lay down right in that and float.
Prove it.
I'm good. I'm good.
We just wrapped up the mine tour. That was pretty impressive. I don't think the video footage really does it justice. If you guys are ever in this area and you can go on one of these tours, it's highly recommended. Now, we gotta eat some lunch. All right, can you tell us a little bit about what you're cooking here?
Well, we got French fries cooked in coconut oil, and I use my own special mix for the salt. And of course, we got burgers on the grill.
Oh yeah,
That's great.
That burger from the ranch right over here? You guys are,
Yeah, all of our
right here.
organic. Yeah, all these are homegrown, hand cut, you know.
Yeah.
People ask me how do I make my French fries so good? I tell them I don't wash the dirt off and I cook them with love.
Part of the mine tour is a cannonball shoot.
You guys ready? Okay, fire in the hole.
And the other part is the dynamite shoot. So that is what we're doing right now.
Oh, not really. That was very good.
What is she shooting?
223. Who's that, Tyler?
I thought the camera would jinx me for sure. And I guess that's how they do lunch in Utah. All right, that is it for day one. That was pretty awesome to get down in that mine. I can't wait to see what they have planned for us for day two. This morning we're at another Redmond Heritage Farm store. I'm not sure if it's the same as the one that we were at yesterday, but I think we're gonna find out pretty soon.
Because if you're not first, you're last.
Ricky Bobby. I think we're about to learn something.
Oh, they did all the packing right here.
We just finished up at Redmond headquarters. We got to sit through some pretty good presentations and learn a lot of good stuff about the products that they produce. And now we're off to lunch. Whenever you go to the Vessel Kitchen, the Fit Farmer holds the door for you.
That was how many years ago?
Noisy in there. We're all done with lunch. It was pretty good. And now I think we are going up to tour a bison ranch.
We slaughter at 18 to 24 months. That is the max age that we sell in our that's the best, when the meat is the best. We have a lot of people that will shoot them wild out on the Henry Mountains, and they'll call us and they'll say, hey, my buddy just killed a big old bull out on the Henry Mountains, and they didn't give them all their meat, and so they want to know what ours dress out as, and you know, it's like it's not really apples to apples. They're killing like 8, 10, 12-year-old bulls out there, and we're killing younger. Ours are going to dress out because their bones are smaller, so they're going to dress out better than an older bull or an older cow out on the Henry Mountains. Also, our animals are fed, so they're not just out grazing and eating whatever they can find, like in Yellowstone or in the Henry Mountains, or even on Antelope Island. They're not fed as much as what we do here on our ranch. We sell just by the package and by the quarters and halves and wholes. Some of my last quarters that I sold were like between 95 and 125 pounds, and that's box meat. So they were probably 135 or 155 hanging weight, which is what we charge on.
All right, everybody on that's coming?
This is the better footage now.
It's a snowstorm.
It's authentic.
Yep, he's gonna go though, so hold on.
Thank you. Yeah. It's on a spring, so
Yeah, it looks a little different than mine.
Dudes will have a crash gate. This is something you probably don't see on the cattle side a whole lot. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. So they come in so fast that you're just not gonna effectively catch them with just this head gate. So it's just the closest they get in here, we just start cutting them. We cut them in half each time. So I'm halving them here, and I'm halving them here. Then there's 2 sorting pens in here. I'll half them again. We want to get them to about 15 head, 12 to 15 head coming through to the lineup and into these sliding holding gates. So we just try to do it as fast and calm as possible. So we don't, it's a lot different than running cattle and bringing them through. We're not hooping and hollering. Buffalo get stressed out very easily, so we try to keep that down. They respond really well to pressure. I mean, I'm in a pen sorting them, and it's literally, you know, a couple movements, and it's just a fine line. If you just run into a pen, you know, like this, waving flags, you're gonna have a train wreck. They don't like want to come after you. If they don't have an exit, they will. You just got to be careful. We have 2x4s around the interior, you know, in case you got to jump out. We've had a couple of close calls, but no big injuries.
Well, that is going to do it for our time here at Buffalo Run Ranch. I learned a lot. I'm super impressed with their corral. I can't even imagine how much that costs to build. We got to look at the bulls. Unfortunately, the weather kind of prohibited us from going out to look at the cows and the calves.
It's a snowstorm.
It's authentic.
All right, I give. Tap out.
I was game to do it, but you know, I guess in this group, the Californian just happened to be the most resilient of the bunch.
That size of contact. They were all down there together.
Yeah, and then they would say once they started talking.
Our time in Utah has now come to a close. I think we both had a great time. I learned a lot, got to see a lot of cool things, and as much as I enjoyed myself, I'm actually really anxious to get back home. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.